Hi guys, welcome to the new channel. I'm very new to this, so I apologize if there's any mistakes in this video, but I'll try and do my best with any future ones that I might release. But a common question I see asked on a lot of modeling pages is how you go about stripping models. So I found the best way for me is to use FluxClean, especially for somebody that's as impatient as I. I want something done pretty quickly, so this will remove the paint from most models within a couple of minutes. What is FluxClean? It's a chemical that's used to remove excessive flux when using a soldering iron. So we want to make sure that we're wearing the correct PPE. So face mask is essential, respirator, and some gloves. Don't use cheap ones as shown in this video. This was a mistake of mine, and I ended up going for about 4 pairs. It will eat through cheap gloves very quickly, so make sure you're getting some good quality ones, or you're triple gloving. I've also got some kitchen towel, I've got a tub of water, and I've got a 2-litre milk carton cut in half. It's up to you what you want to use. I use the milk carton because I don't want to ruin anything of mine. I've also got this rag, and I'm using a table that I'm not really that bothered about if it gets dirty or paint on it or anything like that. It doesn't worry me. This stuff will splash, it will leak through this rag really quickly, and it will start, if there's any paint on the table, it will start melting the paint on the table to the rag, not the table itself. So in this video I'm going to be showing you how to strip a plastic, metal and resin model. This model is a Battlefront model, Panther. It's plastic. I painted it. I really don't like the look of it. I've attempted whitewash, so I'm going to put it into the milk carton. I'm going to grab the FluxClean and then I'm going to pour it in. You can get the spray version of this, which comes with a little nozzle with like a brush. It's a little bit cheaper, but you don't get as much, so I go with the this option of pouring the FluxClean in. So you can see that I'm shaking the milk crate and all that paint starting to come away. I then take the model out, put it on the rag. I start with the brush. I made a mistake there. I put that turret back into the FluxClean. Don't do that with plastic. You'll see when the picture comes up that the plastic actually started to melt. So you only wanted to put this plastic model in for a minute. Take it out, start giving it a good scrub. Then use your brush, so put your brush in with the flux and not the model itself. So as you can see here, this model's come up quite nicely. However, there's a few bits that have started to melt. It's definitely salvageable, but if I'd left it any longer, then a lot of that detail, that nice detail, would have been gone. So again, put it in the FluxClean for 30 seconds to a minute, get it out, scrub it. Probably do one bit at a time, so instead of chucking the whole thing in like I did, just put the body in, then the turret. It's better just to be safe than sorry. I've definitely melted a few plastic in my time. It works really well, just don't let it soak for too long. Once I've finished with this one here, as you can see, the paint just comes off real quick, but when I finish here, I just throw it into that little pot of water I had and let it just soak in that for a little while. That'll remove any of the FluxClean that's on there. But yeah, still giving it a good scrub. Pretty happy with that. So now I'm moving on to the resin model. This is a model I bought from a Facebook group. I think it was a group of models. So I've thrown that in there, poured some more FluxClean in. I've also added another one, and I'm scrubbing away. Now, this model was undercoated in the black spray paint, so as you can see, it's requiring a little bit more work. This model that I've moved on to has tufts, and the paint was very thick, so it's a very messy job, as you can see. So I'm giving it plenty of scrubs with that old toothbrush. Yeah, just keep giving it a good scrub. Don't worry about all the grass and that. You can just get that off with side cutters if you want. Just keep persisting with it. It will come off. As you can see here, I'm just pulling away those extra tufts that are annoying me. It starts making the rag really messy when you've got bits of grass and that on there. So it might be a good idea to flip the rag over like I have done just there. And I'm still going with the cleaning. But all up, this process took 2 to 3 minutes. Resin models are brilliant because you can just chuck them in and they can soak for as long as you like. Well, I say that, I haven't left a model to soak for, more than 15 minutes, but that's up to you. Do it at your own peril. So I'm still letting that other one soak. That one had quite a bit of paint on there, quite a few layers. It's almost like it was painted then sprayed over or painted. So I'm still going to give it a really good scrub. I keep dipping that toothbrush into the Flux Clean just to keep that model wet and let it eat away at the paint. And there's the finished product. So as you can see, most of that has come off really nicely. There's a little bit of the black undercoat that you can see, but again, that's not really too much of a concern. All the details there, you can see all the lines. So as long as you're not covering the model in paint, all those beautiful details are going to still be present, and it's going to come up really nicely. Some of the mud and stuff still on the bottom, but again, I'll just use a knife or my side cutters and just snip away at all that stuff, and it'll come off really easily. But yeah, that's the resin model. It's really straightforward. Just let it soak, give it a good scrub, and if it's got many layers on there, just keep scrubbing away until you're happy with it. This process shouldn't take more than a few minutes. Obviously, I've sped this video up, but seriously, 5 minutes. If I was doing one on its own, it would take no time at all. And then this is a metal model, so it's just Lord of the Rings, Games Workshop, Warhammer thing that I've had around for a long time. Big fan of Lord of the Rings, so I thought, why not just give it a clean? I think somebody sends it me for free. And then I've got some metal Easy Company Flames of War models that I bought second hand. They're quite rare to get a hold of, so I thought if I grab them, I can strip them down. So I'm just throwing them in there, into that milk crate, giving them a bit of a shake. There's some excess paint from one of the other trucks in there, but that's okay, don't worry about that. That'll come off when you give it a good scrub. Now, this model was tricky. The person that painted this used something like nail polish. So it was really difficult to get that paint off, but I got it off. Just persistence. I think if I was doing it on my own, I would just let it soak on its own. I'd let it soak for about 10 minutes, come back, give it a good scrub. If it's still being a bit tricky, then I'd let it soak for another 10 minutes. And then there's the models on the right. So Aragon came up really nicely, and those Easy Company models came up beautifully. I mean, those Easy Company models, I put them in the Flux Clean, waited a minute, and I didn't even need to use a second soak. I just used a bit more Flux Clean on that toothbrush, and they come up really nicely. So doing stripping metal and resin models is just so straightforward. It will take no time at all. I've stripped a model, primed it, airbrushed it, all within the same day. So yeah, don't be afraid to, if you mess something up whilst you're airbrushing it, chuck it in that Flux Clean, clean it up, let it dry, prime it, airbrush it, and you'll be sweet. But yeah, that's going to be the end of the video, and these are some models that I've painted up, that I've purchased secondhand, stripped them, and resprayed them and done all that good stuff, and they've come up really nicely. As you can see, all the details there and that. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I hope this has been helpful, and if you need any help, don't hesitate to reach out in the comments, and I'll do my best to answer any questions you have. Thanks.